We had an ex-girlfriend's login for HBO Go, 7 DVDs of The Sopranos, 11 great seasons of The Simpsons on Disney+, a family-sized bottle of hand sanitizer, a whole galaxy of novels, instruments, Nintendo Switches, and Wi-Fi enabled downloads from the App Store. Not that we needed all that for the initial lockdown. But once you start spending every weekend in your house, the tendency is to develop the attention span of a prepubescent goldfish.
I gotta get out of here.
And so I formed a plan to make a break for it. I was going to leave the house, and I wasn't going to take any guff from Henry, my half-dead legal counsel.
As your lawyer, I suggest that if you don't feel good about being trapped inside, you could try taking mescaline?
An idiot like Henry can learn to cope with things like an existential crisis playing out in the middle of a pandemic. But I was more preoccupied with the visions of monsters and polka-dotted Instagram posts I was seeing in my brain.
It was time to go.
One of the things you learn after years of dealing with an introverted personality is that you can turn your back on a person, but you can never leave a direct message on read. Especially when it's waving a razor-sharp hunting knife in your eye, and it's a text message you sent yourself at 3 a.m. out of sheer brain microwaving boredom. Had I been in here for 5 years? 6? It seemed like a lifetime. What was I doing? What was the meaning of this trip? Should I bring a face mask?
I'm out of here.
And with that, I was off to the races. Some sort of postmodern Mickey Mouse satire on the American dream, somehow emerging from global chaos with dreams of free samples at Costco.
This isn't so bad.
I didn't stand a chance.
It's Hank's show.
A large dust plume covered most of the United States yesterday. When asked to comment, the dust plume said he was trying to raise awareness for face masks. So that's nice. 1/3 of British people say they are enjoying being in quarantine. Ironically, this perfectly parallels the 3 forms of British government: the House of Lords, the House of Commons, and the House of being in your house. Vince Carter has announced that he will be retiring after 22 years in the NBA. The only player in the league who stuck around longer than the former Toronto Raptor is an actual velociraptor, currently entering his 65 millionth season. The current global stock market rally is a complete gamble, according to the International Monetary Fund. Ironically, betting your life savings in Vegas has never sounded better. And finally, a catfishing couple scammed users of eHarmony and Match.com out of $33 million by promising real estate in exchange for dates. And to that couple, if you're watching this, can I please have my money back? Anyway, I'm Hank.
Somehow with books, I have a terrible fear of commitment. Movies I can watch, and I'll stay up late to binge garbage on Netflix with no thought for what time I have to be up in the morning, and yet I can't find a single goddamn book I actually feel like finishing. Come to think of it, why do I even want to read right now? Is it just in an attempt to impress other people? Is the next quippy little book review I could throw into casual conversation my follow-up to saying that I don't own a TV? Or do I just read so that I can tell myself I'm well-read? Maybe viral videos are just as noble of an art form as the great American novel. I guess that makes TED Talks about productivity my generation's version of On the Road. Who am I kidding? I didn't finish On the Road. I looked up the ending on Wikipedia. A dying medium. A dying medium, and it's entirely my fault. I wonder if this place sells magazines. Now it's time for a segment where I check in with my resident arts and culture critic, Tony the Dog. Do you like the Yardbirds? This week I've been listening to the 60s British rock band that launched the careers of Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, and Jeff Beck, while also maintaining its own unique psychedelic sensibility. The band drew from many different genres and styles as reflected in Jimmy Page's instrumental White Summer. Hits like For Your Love show off the virtuosity of Eric Clapton, but it's with the 1966 record Roger the Engineer that the group really hit their stride. If you like Led Zeppelin, check out the Yardbirds to hear the band's origin story. This week I'm also enjoying the writing of American author and journalist Hunter S. Thompson. His surrealist and graphic approach, known as gonzo journalism, paints vivid pictures of the 1970s in America, particularly in his works Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and its follow-up on the campaign trail. Sometimes it's nice to know the past could be just as strange as the present.
That's some good journalism. Yes, good boy. Good boy.
Links are in the description. Happy streaming.
This isn't so bad.
Hey, thanks for watching. I'll be back next week. Here's a new song I just released tonight called I Can't Stand You. Bye.
You don't have to say you're sorry, dunno me or your crimes. If you leave, I won't get angry. If you stay, I don't mind. Love can catch you by the blind side and walk all over you. I've come to think we're happier together. You could disagree, but that's on you. I can't stand you, but I love you. Just don't love when you're there. You can't stand me, but as long as you love me, I don't really care. I don't care. You don't have to smile for me, show me your little teeth. And I won't ask to go to bed with you, you'll just think of somebody else. Love can catch you by the blind side and walk all over you. I've come to think we're happier together. You could disagree, but that's on you. I can't stand you, but I love you. Just don't love when you're there. You can't stand me, but as long as you love me, I don't really care. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do.
Thanks for watching Hank Show. If you haven't yet, subscribe down here. For more Hank Show, click here. YouTube thinks you'll like this video. Bye-bye.